Nobody gets into the hobby because they love maintenance. A thriving reef system requires consistent work, but it shouldn't feel like an overwhelming, reactive chore. Keeping a tank healthy is a predictable process. You only need a few specific tools: a reliable refractometer, precision test kits, basic cleaning implements, and pre-mixed saltwater. Success in this hobby relies on absolute stability, which is significantly more important than hitting a specific set of target numbers. Maintaining a consistent chemical baseline ensures long-term coral survival. Conversely, chasing numbers with massive chemical doses causes lethal system shock. You establish that baseline with a simple 5-minute daily routine. The best time to do this is during the feeding cycle, where you can intentionally observe the tank while the fish eat. Your livestock are the earliest biological indicators of a chemical imbalance. If a normally active fish ignores food, or if your corals pull their polyps tightly inward, you can catch a problem before your test kits even register it. Daily maintenance also accounts for evaporation. Every day, water vapor escapes from the surface of your tank, but the salt stays behind. To replace this lost volume, you use an auto top-off system, or ATO. This requires fresh, purified RODI water. Using salt water for a top-off would double the concentration of salt in the tank. Regular freshwater top-offs prevent compounding salinity spikes. This locks in the baseline density required for all other marine chemistry to function. Once a week, you need to measure your water parameters. Testing your water before you perform any water changes gives you an accurate measurement of exactly how many elements your corals consumed over the last week. This dashboard displays 6 key parameters. Salinity targets 1.026, or 35 parts per thousand. Alkalinity holds between 8 and 12 DKH. Calcium targets 380 to 450 ppm. Magnesium needs 1200 to 1400 ppm. Nitrates sit between 1 and 10 ppm. Phosphates 0.01 to 0.03 ppm. If your tests show a parameter drifting outside these zones, adjust it slowly. Spread small, incremental doses over a 24 to 48-hour period to avoid shocking the inhabitants. Weekly testing maps out your system's exact elemental consumption rate. This data allows you to prevent environmental collapses before they happen. Step 3 is physical disruption. Every week, use a scraper to clear algae from the display glass, and use a turkey baster to forcefully blow detritus out of the rock crevices. This kicks settled waste and uneaten food up into the water column. Once suspended, your filtration system can physically capture it. Check your mechanical filtration regularly. When the material looks dark brown and clogged like the image on the right, swap it out. Physically removing these dirty filters every week permanently exports organic matter. This removes the waste before the nitrogen cycle can break it down into toxic nitrates. A 10 to 20% weekly water change serves as a chemical reset button for the entire ecosystem. Before adding the clean salt water to your display tank, you must ensure its temperature and salinity precisely match the current water in the tank. Siphoning out the old water removes excess dissolved nutrients. Pouring in the new water replenishes vital trace elements that your standard test kits cannot measure. Every 3 months, you should extract and deep clean critical hardware like wave makers and protein skimmers in a mild acid bath. Over time, calcium precipitates out of the water and coats your moving parts. This buildup acts as friction, silently degrading your pump's flow rates and skimmer efficiency. Scheduled water changes and hardware resets neutralize invisible chemical drift. These steps prevent catastrophic equipment failures. A mathematically balanced, thriving ecosystem has clear physical indicators: thick coral tissue, wide polyp extension, and bright, active fish. Strict adherence to this schedule guarantees stability. It protects your investment in livestock and chokes out nuisance algae before it can spread. Establish a data logging system today. Whether you use a digital tank tracking application or a physical notebook, start recording your weekly test results. Recording your data and following a systematic routine makes reefing a predictable, rewarding science.